Now, the question is, when AI starts being used more and people start posting this content that AI has produced, it's going to end up back on the internet, which is just in the future going to
refeed the AI,
train the new AI models. So the AI is just practically going to be training itself to a degree. Why not?
Because the AI can tell what it's created.
You think so? Can it tell what other AI is created?
Not yet, but they will. I know ChatGPT, because you can do it now. Like if you have to write a prompt and you feed another ChatGPT the same prompt and tell it who wrote this, it can specify if it wrote it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, welcome back, everybody.
So another week.
Your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes crypto.
The unscripted
Crypto podcast.
Ayo.
Hey, yo.
Ayo. Sorry, another Ayo. It's been a wild one, William. It's been wild. I woke up this morning feeling all fuzzy. Got some adrenaline kick.
$56,974 as of right now.
Current price of Bitcoin absolutely skyrocketed.
This is mayhem.
It is mayhem. It's unprecedented, some may say.
And then they want to say the ETFs were failures. Blah, 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 blah.
The ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs, are the greatest successful ETF launches of all time. They're absolutely demolishing all other records set before this.
Alrighty. I already have a chart for this.
I'm sure you do, William.
So this is Bitcoin Archive on Twitter. So he posted this. Where is it? Today, 10 in the morning. Just in, Bitcoin ETFs are catching up to gold ETFs for assets. 4.7 billion for Bitcoin, 929 billion for gold. After just 31 trading days. I'm gonna show Alex the chart so you can see it.
Heard.
You know what it is? Of course, it doesn't include Btc, which holds like 30 billion of that 10, essentially, of the 40. And, you know, their outflows and whatever. That's currently what's held. And that's absorbent a word amount of Bitcoin.
Yeah. So what I saw was, as of Monday, they bought like 9,000 plus Bitcoin. All the ETFs combined in one day. And
there's only 900 Bitcoin being made a day.
Exactly. That's just,
they're buying almost 10.
More than 10x.
We've said this on multiple podcasts.
Yeah, this is the third. I think the third week in a row where we're saying this,
that they buy 9,000 a day.
Yes. Where they're buying so much Bitcoin. That's why the market just keeps on pumping up. And once the American market closes,
Asia wakes up and just starts buying it up too.
Asia starts waking up, and then after Asia comes Europe, and then just Bitcoin is a 24/7 market. It's always able. You can always buy Bitcoin. You can always sell Bitcoin. It doesn't matter where you are.
Non-ETFs,
not the ETFs. The ETFs are just, they were the catalyst for this little momentum that we're getting. And to say that it is a failure is just absolutely ludicrous. It's almost comical, one might say.
So essentially, rough math.
Rough maths?
Rough math.
I don't do any other math. It's not rough.
If in a month we have about 25 business days, the ETFs are only allowed to buy, as you know, business days. At 9,000 Bitcoin a day, that is 225,000 Bitcoin a month that they're buying.
If they keep it at
9,000.
5 business days.
Well, the market won't open any other.
Yeah, it won't open. Effects.
But if they keep on buying at 9,000 Bitcoin a day, that's that.
It's a lot of Bitcoin. It's a whole lot of Bitcoin.
Just for shits and giggles, we're gonna do times 12.
That's not gonna happen with them. They're not gonna buy up that much Bitcoin.
Yes. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay.
I just said for shits and giggles.
Okay, you're right. You did say that. That's very factual.
That's not the first thing I said?
Yeah, you could just roll it back. Yeah, you absolutely said that. 100%.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's 9.27. I mean 2.7. I'm sorry.
2.7?
2.7
2.7
million Bitcoin.
Yeah, of course.
In 1 year.
Of course.
Obviously, that's not going to happen because the price would just
Skyrocket.
keep on skyrocketing.
Yeah. No one. That'd be insane.
They're not going to buy that much.
That just wouldn't work out.
But they can buy.
Plus, Michael Saylor isn't selling any of it to them.
He's not selling any.
He's not selling
Well, he tweeted today, "Don't sell your Bitcoin."
Yeah. Why would you?
You can't sell that.
You can't see it. Michael Saylor says it. This is why the internet gets this label of just full of degens, because people like me and William say, don't sell it, just don't sell it. Or no, better yet, so we hear someone on the internet say, oh, don't sell it,
and then we're like don't sell it.
Don't sell it. But the thing is, it just comes out of economic principle. It makes sense not to sell.
It's such a hard cap asset.
Yeah, exactly. Limited supply, hard to acquire, just secure, just all things around it.
But just under AUM, it will easily surpass gold within a year.
Okay.
In assets, just like in dollar price,
Mm-hmm.
surpassing gold within a year or less.
Assets under management under ETFs.
Gold.
Would you say that it would pass the gold total market cap?
In a year?
Yeah.
What's the gold total market cap right now?
I don't think it would.
I don't know. I don't know
what it is, but I think if I remember correctly, it's a lot. It's an astronomical amount. It's the number one asset in the world. That's essentially what I'm asking. Would Bitcoin become number one asset? I think it's like 90 trillion.
No, not right now.
What's it at?
13.
13 trillion?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I say? 90 trillion.
Then? You said 90. I'm like, that's a stupid number.
That's stupid.
It's just because the amount of gold at the price is just absurd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Bitcoin currently is at a $1 trillion market cap. Let me pull up a trading view real quick.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see 10 trillion flow into Bitcoin like that this year. But we will definitely be seeing a good amount.
Let me see.
What you looking
if I can pull a chart.
Rainbow chart.
Pull up a chart.
I know what you're looking for.
What am I looking for?
The little chart that goes like the outer inner bounds of like certain.
No. So currently, at current Bitcoin price, its current market cap is $1.1 trillion.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
It's not 10 trillion. That's no.
10
no
is
way.
ridiculous.
For that to happen, so right now, 100,000 puts at 2. So another 50 puts at 3 at 2.5, right? Is that how that works?
That sounds about right.
Because we're currently at 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
57,000. We're at 1. Another
57,000, so 114,000 would make it 1 point. We're at 1.
We're at 1.1.
Doubling it would make it.
Keep
at
it
2.
at 1. So 50,000 puts it at 1.
Mm-hmm.
100,000 puts it at 2.
Mm-hmm.
150 puts it at 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's not gonna reach 10. There's no way. He's like, I'm done with this rough math. I'm pulling out the calculator.
Give me a second.
He's like, this is getting out of hand.
Yes.
But yeah, no. It's not gonna get there. To 10 trill. Not this cycle, at least. But it's like Michael said, you don't sell your Bitcoin. You just wait until you start pricing things in Bitcoin. Then you could start selling it, because, well, it's not even selling it. Just use it.
500,000 puts it at 10 trillion.
500,000 Bitcoin puts it at $10 trillion.
Yeah. So essentially,
That's next cycle.
give or take.
For sure. For sure, next cycle we'll see that. If we see it this cycle or not, I think that's kind of what's the word? It's a little optimistic.
Yeah. So 500,000 would put it at that. To get 13, 650.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, around there. Yeah, pretty much.
So it would surpass it in 2 more cycles, essentially.
Yeah, 8 more years.
Respect. I think it'll do it in less.
Probably.
It'll do it in less.
Probably. We only have ETFs right now in Bitcoin, and look at the price action.
Yeah.
Wait until other institutions start getting involved. Wait until other countries start getting involved.
Yep.
Big players are big, so they're gonna come and they're gonna change the game for real.
But that's how much it would take to get Bitcoin to that.
Yeah. We are getting surprisingly close to the all-time high, and it's not even the happening.
So currently, crypto Twitter, crypto YouTube, crypto podcast at this point too, they're all saying before halving, all-time highs hit.
Yeah.
Some people are even saying 2 weeks, 10 days, 3 weeks.
Like from now?
From right now, from current
right now.
price.
That's crazy.
That we just saw.
It's possible, but like the reason why I'm saying it's crazy is just like we've never seen that before.
No.
The halving is always what catalyzed the price of Bitcoin, and it hasn't even happened yet. So that's not even the catalyst. Wait until that kicks in. Miners start producing half of what they're making a day, so 450 Bitcoin a day. And if these ETFs keep on buying 9,000 Bitcoin a day, we're not ready for that. So to put in perspective, at around this stage, this person on X posted, her Lady of Crypto 1 posted that at this stage, Bitcoin was 130% from its all-time high in 2016.
130% away.
Yeah, so like it had that much gap.
It had 100, yeah.
In 2020, it was 100% away from the all-time high at this stage. And we're currently sitting at around 20% away from all-time high.
So I just ran a Fibonacci from not all-time lows. I'll tell you exactly what lows I use. I just ran it from the 38,000 mark that we hit a couple weeks back to current price, which is 57,000. At that price range, our next level, which we would be hitting on the fib, which we already have price history, so we would know would be 69,000, respectfully, is exact. Wait, give me a second. Get my ruler. Is exactly 21%, and the exact number is 69,188.
Yeah.
From current price to next fib.
Current price
to next fib level, which we already know that's the all-time high.
Yeah, that's all-time high. We've tested it before.
So the next marker after that all-time high, after breaking that all-time high, on the fib is 88,000.
Is that from current price?
From current price, from 38,000 to current price.
Oh, okay.
That's from the way the fib is running.
Okay. Okay, so the way Fibonacci works is you go from the lower point, 38,000.
It depends which way you're running it, but yes.
To the current price, and then it'll show you what the next
It gives you an idea of what the next market could be. It could easily break. It could go right underneath it, but it gives you a range.
And the fibs indicate like take profits.
Typically,
because they're points of resistance.
So on most altcoins, if there's no history, and depending where you catch it, it does indicate a take profit zone. However, since there is history in Bitcoin and everyone knows it will halving, and it typically goes parabolic after halving and after breaking its previous all-time high, your next take profit zone wouldn't really be 69. It would really be the 88 or I think it was 88, the number I said. Yeah, your next take profit zone on Bitcoin wouldn't be the 69. It would really be the 88.
Heard.
And that's like obviously on a weekly basis, like it's on a bigger time frame, not a shorter one.
Yeah,
because it's not doing that in 3 days, right?
Yeah, no.
So you look at it at a longer time frame.
Also, going back to what Sailor said, he's like, I don't trade. He doesn't trade Bitcoin.
He just buys it and holds it.
He just buys it and holds it.
Like that's all they do.
No.
Well, and now they're gonna start, as we said last time, build on it.
Yeah, he's transitioning MicroStrategies from a data analytics company to a Bitcoin development company.
Yeah.
It's publicly traded.
Correct.
It's the first publicly traded Bitcoin company.
Which, to add to that, if you would see what percentage-wise when Bitcoin pumps, so when MicroStrategies or STX or like any crypto or any Bitcoin token or crypto asset, like attached asset, it does like almost 15% more. Not the underlying asset, but the
so
other
like Bitcoin derivatives.
Bitcoin derivatives
Yeah.
do better. Higher percentage yield.
Mm-hmm.
You don't own the underlying asset, but you get the, if you're just looking for the money aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if
pump.
you're looking to trade or like just monetary, yeah.
And since we're already on Bitcoin,
What's up with Bitcoin?
so this is from
Besides the price.
beside the price, this is the Bitcoin therapist.
Bitcoin therapist.
On X.
I might need one of those.
He goes, someone please check on Peter, BTC. I don't know if you saw it, but it shows 2011, right? And it's a $1. It's a $1 Bitcoin. It's a $1,900 gold.
Mm-hmm.
It shows 2024, $57,000 Bitcoin, $200 gold,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's been 13 years.
that's funny.
I just saw it and it was funny.
Poor Peter.
Yeah, not even that. There's a lot of outflows from gold ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're going to Bitcoin or not, there's just a lot of outflows.
You know what I learned about Peter Schiff?
What do you learn?
His main business is gold. Like he sells gold. Like and
Right.
although he's big against like talking against crypto, apparently he accepts Bitcoin as payment, but he just never talks about it publicly.
Yeah.
Because that would undermine his like
Under his business.
Because if he's selling gold as like, oh, this is the best, the premier store of value, and then he starts talking all this hype about Bitcoin, then
He's shifting away.
yeah, he's shifting away from his primary business. But you see, that's the thing. If you're selling something with false pretenses like that, I'm not saying false pretenses is not a bad store of value, because it does store its value, I guess. Not accounting for inflation.
Of course.
Not accounting for inflation. But gold does have other use cases, i.e. it's pretty and it's a electrical conduit. So it's used in a lot of technology. In every computer out there, there's gold. So it has its use case. Just there's a better product for store of value. And if he's going to want to stay in the gold business, I think what he needs to do is shift his marketing strategy from the best store of value to...
The second best?
No, not the second best, but like, oh, it's pretty.
Yo, you just went from the number one store of value to it's pretty, and you can use it for electricity.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty much, that's the underlying value of gold.
That's funny. So on a very similar narrative in terms of people who don't want to change their strategies, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
So remember how we talked about Jamie Diamond
Mhm.
a couple months back now, maybe last year.
A couple weeks ago.
No, last year.
Oh, yeah, last year.
And we talked about how he's gonna start selling shares of
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan, and
We said that. They're like, oh, yeah,
he's gonna buy Bitcoin.
Wonder what he's buying with that.
Yeah, we kid. So currently in the market, there's a lot of heavy hitters selling lots of shares of stock.
Mhm.
So Bezos has sold like within the last like month
Mhm.
$2 billion worth of Amazon, like
2
three times,
billion.
or like 3 times for $6 billion total.
Oh, wow.
Jamie started setting off his sold off 150 million worth of Chase, as we talked about. So everyone in the markets, like Twitter
big
stock,
CEOs
are selling stocks, and they're all thinking like, is this the top? Are they taking
they're taking profits. That's what exactly.
But the speculation is, they're all saying, like, I saw this headline and it goes, do they know something that you don't or that we don't?
Mhm.
And it's like, well, if you really paid attention, because I heard on a podcast, everyone was like,
Mhm.
speculating. And I'm like, no, at least for Jamie Dimon, he said he was going to sell it
Mhm.
last year in Q1
Mhm.
to whatever taxes and all that. And I heard it on PBD's podcast, the Biz Doc, talk about it. They brought it up, and it made me realize, I'm like, they're talking about it. I'm like, no, like, don't go speculating here. This is not what they did. I know. I'm caught up. So apparently, which I didn't know this, since Bezos sold $6 billion worth, he by law or like legally,
Mhm.
he can't sell that much in one day.
Okay, he has to spread it out.
He has to spread it out because
Yeah, he
that
might
outflow would tank the stock in one day.
Yeah,
I didn't know that like he had that like it would be that bad.
Yeah, it comes with regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here just like dumped it, sell. But I didn't know like it would cause such a big dip if he sold either 2 or 4 or 6 billion.
Yeah, well, like okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what percentage of Amazon stock does Bezos own.
He owned 11, I think now before he sold. I don't know how much it is after he sold, but I think he owed like 9 point something percent.
Okay, yeah. That's like the main crux of it. That's a huge stake in a company. Most
that size.
Bitcoin whales don't own that much stake of the entire entire network. So they could dump all, yeah, it's going to hurt because it's still sizable, but it's not 9%.
Yeah,
of the total market cap.
Total. No, I just saw that and I was just like, oh, like interesting. I'm also glad someone also brought up the fact of not crypto Twitter. I mean, X saying they know something where everyone else does. It's like, no, you paid attention. They said they were gonna do this. At least Bezos didn't say it, but
so people on Twitter or on X are saying that, oh, do they know something like like they just got some brand new
news.
Are
they selling because it's the top of the market and they know it and it's time to sell because the market's gonna crash,
or is it something else? It's the tax thing.
The what?
Where like it's selling it Q1 right before they file taxes. It's probably for like some tax benefits.
Well, for Jamie, it was just like he has to pre-say it, and Bezos was just like, I need 6 billion. I got shit to do.
Wait, so he's not allowed to sell that much, but he still sold it?
Not one day.
Yeah, because
he's not allowed to sell.
That's why he broke it up.
That's why he did it within a month, like 3 times.
Yeah, that's like I think MicroStrategy. I don't know if they did this for their last purchase, but for prior purchases, when they were buying up millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, they didn't buy it all at once.
Well, they just bought it all at once last time.
Yeah, so that's just what I'm saying. Like beforehand, it was like they would stagger it, like
because they would raise the price too fast.
Exactly
on themselves.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So
I think Elon also bought like that.
Yeah,
in
Elon
the prior market
bought something. I think it was.
I think it was Bitcoin.
Tesla, Bitcoin. I don't know. It might be. Oh yes, it was Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
I remember him tweeting. He's like, "Oh, is there anyone who can help me write that code out?"
Yeah, so it buys it like on the lows and then stops buying.
Yeah, it waits until it kind of like balances out like market volume.
Yeah.
So like how much is being bought and sold, so that they don't just start putting in a bunch of bids and then like just eats up all the bids, anything lower than that. But yeah, to shift notes, if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
Into AI, just to bring it back because it's always a popular topic.
More AI.
It's more AI, but in this case, it's more so backlash from a deal made with an AI company. In this case, specifically Reddit, again facing scrutiny from its users. Why do I say again? Well, because last year they were facing a lot of scrutiny with their decision to start charging people for their APIs. And now what they're doing is selling users' informations to an AI company. All this is they're doing this to raise their value pre-IPO because they're about to go public.
I was about to talk about that.
Oh, you're talking about
their IPO.
Oh, IPO.
Yeah.
So when is that? Because I saw that they're about to IPO.
So I don't have a date. It doesn't have a date here. What I have is, this is on crypto.news. The link will be down below. It says, social network Reddit holds Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Polygon. According to its initial public offering filing with the SEC on February 22nd, the company said its experiments with the blockchain technology and crypto tokens complying with disclosures requirements as they plan to go public under the ticker RDDT. So I guess the main thing was they had to state
that they own
crypto. And that this is the second line of that is the company also said that its products and engineering team leverage cryptocurrencies for specific use cases. Earlier this year, on the social media giant confirmed for forthcoming IPO slated for March. Reddit plans to offer 10% of its shares after being valued at $10 billion in 2021.
Yeah. Yeah, so their IPO is coming up next month. Just days away is March. Well, today's the 27th. By the time this episode gets posted, happy leap year.
Or it's a white leap year.
Because this episode will come live on Thursday 29th, God willing. And
you're right. Yeah, it's a leap year.
That's a leap year.
Oh, snap. I didn't do that. It'll be our first episode on a leap year.
Yeah. It would be our first.
So meaning if we're lucky,
uh-huh.
another 4 years from now, and we're still doing this, there'll be another episode on a leap year.
Another episode on
if we keep the schedule the same.
Yeah. Is the leap year always on a Thursday? I don't know.
It would move to a Friday, right?
We'll just pump it
up for that episode.
Pump out another episode. But yeah, last year Reddit was facing a lot of heat because they started charging third-party developers to use their APIs. This pissed off a lot of people because it ended up causing one of the largest third-party applications that was using Reddit on the App Store to shut down. The company that was essentially making very little money because they were just like trying to provide a cool product and offered most of its services for free. When they got the news that Reddit was going to charge them $2.50 per user, that immediately they're going to be charged with an immediate fee of $20 million. This app was called Apollo for Reddit.
That's a fat amount of money, by the way.
Especially for a company that doesn't make
a dime.
Yeah. So the CEO at the time was like, they tried to negotiate with Reddit. They weren't budging. And a lot of moderators for Reddit were also super upset because they use third-party applications to help moderate their subreddits. Because, like Wall Street Bets has hundreds of thousands of Redditors on that subreddit. Like, you can't monitor that easy with a team of 10 people. Like, you need tools. So they're gonna charge them $2.50 for each of their.
And they have 2 million users.
Exactly. So it's insane.
Yeah.
So all the moderators started like protesting, to the point where they were saying, okay, we're just gonna shut down the subreddit. No activity, nothing. We're gonna take everything down until Reddit takes us out and takes out that call, because Reddit was just trying to boost revenue.
Of course.
Yeah,
you'd immediately boost it by $20 million just on that one subreddit.
On that one, like, it was an application. It was like a client that would act as Reddit.
I get you.
But it was just like formatted differently. They're still generating ad revenue for Reddit.
Yeah, I got you.
Because they're still driving traffic to the website. But so moderators were upset. They brought down their subreddits, big subreddits. It started off with a handful of like major subreddits, but then it ended up going down to like 8,000 some subreddits.
Yeah, even the smaller ones couldn't afford it.
The smaller ones just were like, damn, this is messed up. Like, nah, I'm taking everything out.
In Solidarity.
Yeah, Solidarity. They're like, okay, so yeah, no, if this is messed up what Reddit's doing, so Reddit fired back. Reddit threatened them, saying, if you don't bring back your subreddits, we're going to remove you from the moderator and take away the subreddit from you. Give it to someone else. Because you could claim a subreddit. So let's say I want to create a subreddit for
Pixie Dust.
I was going to say pink highlighters.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Yes. So then I could create a subreddit and we could just have a whole conversation on pink highlighters. But then since it's very centralized and Reddit's the one in control,
you're the current owner of it.
Yeah, I would be the current owner, the moderator for that subreddit. But then since it's all on Reddit servers and it's all there, they don't like what you're doing. They kick you off. I can come in and become the new moderator or assign a different moderator.
Yeah,
essentially kicking me out of my own subreddit.
Your own that you created.
That I created. Then the hackers got involved. They're like, if you don't take out the APIs, then we're gonna release leaked information, documents that they have. I don't know if they did. I couldn't see it, but I saw that other people were getting involved also. So it wasn't even just the people who use Reddit. It was just other people. I mean, I'm pretty sure hackers use Reddit too, though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just over.
They're overstepping boundaries.
No, there's a word for it. It's like when the government. They're doing overreach.
Yeah. And now what they're doing is selling users uses information, like how they use Reddit, to an AI company. The AI company that they're selling the information to is undisclosed. We don't know who it is, but it is a whopping $60 million contract. So Reddit's going to generate $60 million in revenue by selling your information to this AI company so they could train their models. Information is digital gold. And, well, obviously, Redditors are not happy about this because at no point did... there's other like information that Redditors know that Reddit will sell for advertisement space or whatever, data that will be sold. But how you use Reddit specifically, like very granular information, they're like, this is too much. So Reddit's facing more backlash.
How's that legal? I mean,
that's the thing. So
of course, it becomes legal because you sign the.
So they update the terms of agreement.
No one reads it, and it says whatever information you provide us, we have the legal right to use it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but it just it's causing a lot of like conversations to come up because like Reddit has backlogs of how you use Reddit.
Of course. So
it's not just any information from this point forward. It's all the information from that point earlier too. So you develop a history of like
how much degeneracy should be on Reddit
of how you
evolve. That would be a dirty.
Reddit's bad.
That would be a dirty AI.
Reddit gets bad.
Like all the conspiracy theories.
Okay,
all
well, actually, Reddit's been cleaned up a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah, but it has a backlog.
That's true.
I mean, I'm saying
now I don't know if that for reference, Reddit had a whole subreddit where it was watch people die. It was
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't really use Reddit.
I was very morbid in high school. I used to watch some videos every once in a while. It popped up on the feed, and I'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
I mean, Instagram shows you people dying now left and right.
Yes, correct. But Reddit took them off.
Oh, Instagram puts it, like, Instagram shows you, like, all types of accidents.
What happened was watch people die actually gained too much popularity, and then some people were like, oh, no, there shouldn't be on Reddit. There is respect to the family. We're like, well, this is it's just information. Nobody. There's... Like, a lot of the times you couldn't really see the people's faces.
On Instagram, it shows you.
Yeah.
Instagram and X, you go up like, this is who they are. I was like, dude.
Yeah, so Reddit actually got cleaned up a lot because they, on top of that, they took off a lot of stuff. Reddit used to be known very well within the darker communities, like the really like hidden in the shadows type stuff, where like sex trafficking, drugs selling, like a whole bunch of like darknet stuff. But it got cleaned up. So if that part of the information is going to the AI, I don't know. God help us if it does. If it does, I guess.
I mean, it's just terrible. Like, all these apps are terrible. Like, they all feed you what you watch, essentially. So you are the reason you're getting that content.
That is true. Yeah, it becomes like an echo chamber to a degrre.
Right. I sometimes just start liking other things
just to get new
just
stuff.
to get rid. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. Actually, clean up the feed.
Like, I'm currently like my Discover page has a bunch of Power Ranger stuff now.
Nice. Damn, I got something in my eye, man.
This guy.
It's like annoying. It's like I see it. Okay.
Like, I'll get like either clips of like Power Rangers, like mainly the Megazord stuff, not even like just fights. Just
it's
either like the full on Megazord fight.
The Megazord's pretty cool, not gonna
or like the Megazord toys.
Okay. Yeah.
It's either one or the other.
I wonder. Have you gotten any like eBay listings of the Megazord toys?
No. I've mainly gotten pages that sell like Megazord stuff, but it makes sense because that's the page I was going to post.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm just like, and I'll just look at it, I'm like, this is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
And also just brings me back to like, oh, I owned that one as a child.
I had that toy. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my cousin had that one, and we had this, and then I was like, where did they all go?
Yeah, gone in the ether.
Dude.
So do you remember the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a place there where like was it Shark Boy and Lava Girl? I don't know. There was a movie that I remember watching as a kid. It might not be Shark Boy and Lava Girl, where like everything that was like lost or ever lost goes to a specific place. No, it was Halloween Town. Where there's like witches and stuff. Then there's like this like one.
It's a
like,
Disney movie, by the way, for all those wondering.
There's just like I don't remember which movie it was because it was like it was
two.
The second one.
It was 2.
Where there's like this like one guy in Halloween Town where all things that were ever lost just shows up at his house.
I'm pretty sure that's 2.
Yeah, so that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it's over there. All of our toys are over there.
Dude, that was...
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always fun looking at those old toys because it's like brings back nostalgia.
I get those, or like Mario games, like, and how they're running like super speed. I'm just like, how?
Oh yeah, the speedrunners.
I'm just like, that's absurd.
Yeah, like, what was it, Mario 64?
Yeah.
The people finish that game in under a minute. I don't know if that's
not the full game, but they finish levels.
No, they beat the game.
You can't beat the game in under a minute.
They beat. Okay, not under a minute. I was a little bit. Let's say under 5 minutes. They beat the game.
How do you run through a level in 30 seconds? Like, I need to know how many levels there are to say that.
William, they skip all the levels.
How do you skip? Oh,
they skip.
They
all
do
the
that
levels.
trick.
They do like a little thing that gets them to the end, and then beat the game. I don't necessarily consider that as a speed run because you didn't get all the stars.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
But people do it.
But yeah, man, that's cool stuff.
Reddit, AI. Now the question is when AI starts being used more and more and more, and people start posting this content that AI has produced, it's gonna end up back on the internet, which is just in the future going to
refeed the AI,
train the new AI models.
Yeah.
And then so the AI just practically going to be training itself to a degree?
No.
Why not?
Because the AI can tell what it's created.
You think so?
I know so.
Can it tell what other AI has created?
Not yet, but they will. I know ChatGPT, because you can do it now. Like if you have it write a prompt and you feed another ChatGPT the same prompt and tell it who wrote this, it can specify if it wrote it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So you create a prompt, you say, write me some poem.
Yeah.
And then you go back to like another instance of ChatGPT and you say,
can go,
who wrote this poem?
Go to create a different user.
Yeah.
Then you put the poem there and ask it, who wrote this? And it will say itself.
Oh, I wrote it. Oh, interesting. Oh.
Yeah, it can identify if it wrote itself or not. Like if it wrote it or not.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming these other AIs had the same capability of identifying if it wrote it or not.
Okay. I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna write something on like Gemini and post it on.
It won't tell that one.
No,
they don't communicate.
Not Gemini,
because they don't communicate.
Yeah, but won't they see? Oh, I'll write something on ChatGPT and post it on Gemini.
They don't communicate.
I know they don't communicate, but ChatGPT gets trained up to a certain date on the internet. Gemini gets trained live.
Yeah.
So it pulls information live. So if I post something,
So the thing is, the AI training model doesn't have access to what the other model wrote.
I understand that, yeah. But if there's already a history of like how that AI model has written stuff before, like saying, I just made this with ChatGPT, and then someone posted some content, then that's information that the other AI model can.
It has to be posted somewhere.
It has to be posted. Correct. It has to be posted somewhere. But that's like the issue that I'm seeing coming down in the near future, where
also that would mean that specifically, like if it's Gemini and ChatGPT, and you give it to Gemini would have to have access to wherever it's being pulled from, which I don't think if you like put it on Instagram would have access. It could probably do it for YouTube.
Yeah, for YouTube probably
because it will most likely have access to that current YouTube.
Yeah, since it's Google.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're right. There's still so much development that's gonna take place. I got some darker stuff.
I have one more thing we can add that I didn't open this up just because I didn't think we were going to talk about it, but you brought up AI. I didn't know we were going to bring up AI.
Oh, because it was Reddit. Let
me just open it.
It was Reddit.
So I read an article, which the article does not explain how it would make it work or nothing. It just says that they're working on this technology.
Okay.
Let's
dissect.
Which essentially says it will be able. So as everyone knows, we currently have a crypto issue where you send coins to the wrong wallet, to the wrong thing, you lose it forever, or you lose your keys, you lose that crypto, or you can lose access to it in many different ways. So they're creating an advanced AI model to just be able to recover those lost cryptos, or they're trying to at least.
Interesting.
Yeah,
there's a lot there that I'm skeptical about, because how? That's what I want to know. How is that going to work?
So, quick read. Like, this is like one of the later paragraphs. It goes, at the heart of crypto, recovery are cutting-edge technology solutions designed to tackle a variety of issues, from forgotten passwords to damaged storage devices. AI models are the forefront of transforming crypto recovery strategies by harnessing the power of machine learning. These models can analyze vast data sets to identify patterns and predict the most likely password and encryption keys. AI-powered methods find new undetected patterns used to find lost passwords. Pass-GPT, a new model based on OpenAI's ChatGPT-2, has a 20% more password guessing capacity than its counterparts. Pass-GPT uses the technique called progressive stamping to generate hard to decipher passwords and evaluates the passwords, strengths and weaknesses, revealing its potential utility in crypto recovery efforts. Building on the foundation laid by AI, the hardware that powers these recoveries efforts is equally as important. And they talk about GPUs and CPUs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Ambitious. Very ambitious. Because I'm saying, like, I don't know how they're going to get that to work.
So I think they probably get it to work for the password itself.
Yeah, so like if you forgot your password, you'll probably give it like a list of different things that you've done before.
Or that passwords you use and everything else.
Or just type in a list of 5 new passwords that you've never used before in your life, and then it'll add that. It'll just collect information to see more or less what passwords, and there I could see it making sense. But in the case of, I sent Bitcoin or some crypto to a random wallet,
so
at that point it's lost.
Maybe I misspoke, but it's more so
yeah. So in that case where it's like password guessing to unlock a certain like wallet that does exist, they definitely have the keys already stored, and it's just a password to get in.
Well, the keys wouldn't matter because with the keys you reset the password.
Correct. Well, the keys are inside the wallet, and they lock themselves out of the wallet.
Yes.
Like the second factor, so the keys authorize transactions to be done on chain.
Yes.
But the wallet access is more so like just a little safe, like a little key. Yeah. So then, in that case, 100%, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you said the other thing. I was like, I don't know how the hell that's gonna. I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work, because the issue is with the amount of wallets that exist and the level of encryption. That's a matter of brute forcing, and that's just not gonna work.
I mean, they also talk about algorithms versus sidechain versus side channel attacks. And then they go to ethics and security as well. Whatever.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. So
we can go to the more morbid thing you wanted to know.
Yeah, you said a word there that I forgot. I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh, that's quite interesting, because there's a new attack vector that was recently posted. A whole research study was done. PrintListener, it's called. It's a new tool used by potential hackers. And what does it do, you may ask?
It listens?
It does listen. Do you know what it listens for?
No.
There's a shocking part.
Gee, okay.
For your fingerprint.
How does it listen for your fingerprint?
It listens for your fingerprint. This attack would essentially hear anytime your finger is swiped on screen, detect the noise that it makes on the grooves and indentations and down to the pores. I just showed my fingerprint on screen. So
each finger makes different noises?
Yeah, like the way like it rubs against the screen, like how you're swiping, it makes noises, and this software would essentially hear it, process it, and generate a fingerprint.
How?
Based off of the noise that it captured.
How would it do that?
It does it. It detects it. So I started reading this research paper. I'm gonna post it in the not in the comments, in the description below, in case anyone's brave enough to start reading this. But there's actually very complex math associated with this. Like,
it would have to read the grooves.
so the hypothesis. The probability of finding PMP in the same pattern fingerprint data set D sub 8 is P times PMP and then some weird letter U thing, D sub 8. And the probability of finding master print MP in the mixed fingerprint data set. Like, it's literally insane math going on. But essentially, it gathers information on like what they consider the left loop, the whirl, and the right loop of the finger. The specific, I had it somewhere here. Proof of concept setup. So they want to record friction sounds produced by 9 participants as they rub their fingers against the screen of the Google Pixel 4, which is covered with a matte screen protector. In the first experiment, participants will gradually increase the pressure and speed of their finger rubbing while swiping their fingers across the smartphone screen 15 times. And then in the second experiment, participants will wrap their fingers with a transparent tape and repeat the same rubbing motions as in the first experiment. Our objective is to identify specific acoustic features in the friction sounds that correspond to different fingerprint ridge patterns. So they gathered information on like, oh, these people swiped this way and it made this noise. And then when other people, and then they start comparing it to start making a digital copy of your fingerprint based off of the sound that it produces. So the goal. The attacker aims to leverage PrintListener to deduce extensive fingerprint information of users by analyzing the friction sound produced when users swipe on their phone screens while engaged in audio and video calls on social media platforms. So the idea is that the person wouldn't even be in the same room with you. They'd either be watching you live stream on Instagram or have a conversation with you on Discord, like in a group Discord. You're on a call and you're swiping. So like a lot of times, like when you're on Instagram or maybe even YouTube, the chat starts filling up. So like if you start swiping on the chat, like your finger is literally rubbing across the screen.
But how would they capture that sound?
So for instance, users commonly swipe on their fingers to scroll through the browser's messages. In this paper, we focus on generating targeted synthetic pattern master prints with the following assumptions. Capability and knowledge. We assume that attacker can access the victim's finger friction sound. For example, the attacker has a victim's contact information, as in Discord, Skype, whatever. Then the attacker may proceed to initiate a voice or video call with the victim, connecting to the voice collaboration software for playing games or infiltrating the same online voice or video. So they just pick it up over the audio, like whatever microphone that is being used, whether it be the person's phone.
So essentially these microphones would be able to capture ours, and because of it they would be able to.
Yeah, so if I just start swiping my finger on my screen.
But we'll have to register it. Like if we're talking right now and I'm going like this, can you hear it? Like how would it pick it up?
So and then it goes up. So this is a list of like assumptions. And one of the assumptions is no advice. What is it? Where is it? I read it somewhere. Where it's like the attacker will know what will take in mind where the user is and the environment. I'm trying to see if I can find it. We assume the user is cautious about the surrounding environment and protects the fingerprint carefully. The user will not actively disclose the fingerprint. Oh no, these are just different assumptions. Yeah. But yeah, obviously that the microphone would have to register the swiping to a degree.
Well, damn.
But yeah.
Can't even swipe right no more.
Yeah, can't swipe right, can't swipe left. No swiping whatsoever. They got you. Which is just absolutely wild. And then on some other stuff, some documents got leaked for the ShotSpotter system.
What's that?
I can't believe I just said that. ShotSpotter system.
You said pooter?
Spooter.
Bingo.
That's bad. The ShotSpotter is a system of microphones that are placed around cities to detect when shots are being fired in its vicinity. This has been a thing for a couple years already across the United States and across different cities in the world. The company that does this is called Sound Thinking, and their product is ShotSpotter. So the issue with this system is that it has a lot of criticism from academics and activists saying that they believe the company primarily stations their microphones in locations where communities of color and minorities are. So this document that got leaked happens to be a leaked document specifically outlining every single location of these microphones.
Okay. And?
There's a bunch of them. First of all, let's see.
Any Miami?
A bunch of Miami.
Oh, really?
I'll take a screenshot of this right now, and I'll throw it up. But yeah, there's a bunch.
You guys will see what he's talking about. I got no idea how many there are.
So I could actually, so on top of like where they're all at. So right now they're mostly in like the downtown area, uptown. What is this? Wynwood, maybe Little Haiti. I don't know, but there's a lot. And then there's also some in Miramar, some in Kendall.
Okay, so
not Kendall, Hollywood.
Plenty of places.
Benny, and a handful. So then, as we continue going down this report, there's this little tool that someone created showing the specific cities that they're located in and the populations that are in this area. So these microphones are placed on top of hospitals, billboards, schools, and in some communities, typically multiple unit communities. And for the most part, from what I've been seeing, yeah, the majority of these are in minority locations, except for those places that are super white folk nation, like Springfield, Illinois. That one is straight down 50-50. How many people live in the area of where these microphones pick up sound. 9,500 whites, 9,400 blacks. They also include Asian and Latin communities. But if I go down to, where is it? Florida, Miami. Where is it? Right here. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. So we got a total sensors of 1,871 sensors in the area.
Okay.
The total population of 824,494 people.
800?
24,000
okay.
that are within range of these sensors.
I have the sensors, yeah.
Of that, 95,187 are white. 346,641 are black.
Okay.
8,927 are Asian.
Okay.
And 355,195 are Latino.
Okay.
In this particular case, it seems pretty on point with the demographic of Miami.
Yeah.
I was like, this one, that's why I kept on looking through more. I was like, there's no way. I was like, this is typically Miami. But then look at, and I don't know what the typical demographic of Washington, Arlington, Alexandria, DC, VA, MD, so the tri-state area.
Okay.
85,778 white, 199,721 black.
So almost double?
Yeah, double, for sure, double.
Okay.
More than double. And then 10,000 Asians. Oh, and then the Latino one is so light, 33,000.
Okay.
But in that particular case, definitely a lot more blacks. But so I thought it was interesting.
Are you waiting for me to say something?
No, I'm just talking.
Cause
What happened?
I can say some cancelable things right now.
this guy's saying, "Hey, you can say some cancelable things." Okay, shoot. If you're willing to say it, if you could stand by it. So like I go to Wilmington, North Carolina, 23,000 whites, 12,700 black, and then what is it? Where is this number? Total. That's total population. Oh, 2,630. What? This is not even showing me a number here. Oh yeah, 2,630 Latinos and 586 Asians. But then if I go to the next one, Worcester, Massachusetts. Wait, which was that one? Which one did I show? Oh my god, I just lost this. Yeah, Worcester, Massachusetts. No, that wasn't the one. I saw one where it was just like straight up white people. Like
White people?
Just white. It was all white people.
Massachusetts mainly white in some areas.
So like it seems like there's some areas where it does, but like I don't know what the demographic is. So I can't judge this. I can't say this is targeting a group
But what
of
do they mean by
minorities.
targeting, right? I'm assuming
Okay,
they're
so-
putting this.
This is a company.
Wait, no. Fuck it. We get canceled. If I get canceled for, I get canceled for at this point.
Okay,
Whatever.
There's a company called Sound Thinking,
I know what the company is.
and they provide a service to local authorities called
Correct.
ShotSpotter,
Yes.
where they install
Correct.
microphones
Yes.
in areas and alert them whenever shots are
Shots
fired.
are fired. Correct.
Now, the criticism by certain people is that they are putting up these
In lower.
in areas of where, and I think I read somewhere where they're more likely to shoot. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're putting up a system where you would want to know if there's shots being fired.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume you would want this in heavily trafficked areas,
That's for sure.
right? And I'm also going to assume you would want this where the largest amounts of shootings or reports of shootings occur. Period.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd say I want this everywhere. To a degree.
Yes, but this is a privately owned company.
Yeah,
the city has to pay for it.
Correct.
So they can't afford to have it everywhere. So you want major spots first.
Yeah, wherever crime is more likely to happen with that. Mm-hmm.
Minimum, you would want it.
Yeah, the idea is to deter. For sure, to deter.
Well, if you can't see them, you can't deter them.
Yeah, but if you know that they're there.
But I never knew this existed.
No?
No,
I didn't know this existed.
I had zero idea this
I didn't know
existed.
this. Oh, interesting.
I never heard this. First time I heard of this.
Really?
Right to this very podcast.
Okay.
So I have zero information about. I had no. Zero.
I knew that this was a thing, but I just didn't know where they had it. So I was like, somewhere in Miami.
So this is my thing. If this is a tool used to put in, if you can only put it so many places, you would want highly dense areas just of people, meaning you would want it near malls, you want it near schools, you would want
Correct.
it in all these areas. I would assume the next likely locations would be anywhere where the highest amount of gun violence or guns, just shootings occur.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, those would be in more.
Economically impoverished.
I was looking for impoverished and disenfranchised communities, whether it be Hispanics, whether it be, you said blacks, so blacks.
Yeah, that's the blacks.
Guys.
Mm-hmm.
To add, on top of the Hispanics and blacks, we also have white just in, well, I was going to say, there was a word I was thinking of.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say that word.
We took a break. I don't know what you're thinking of, but what I was gonna say was that
I also want to say whites can also be disenfranchised in other parts of the country.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's not, we don't see it often,
Yeah,
but
for sure. I mean, the majority of people are in poverty. That's
fair. Yeah, fair.
That's kind of how it is. I was gonna say that we don't typically see too much Asian shootings unless it's in like an organized crime or like
Yeah, the Asian mafia. They don't
that-
play.
And that's at
Asian
least
gangs, not
we see.
mafia.
Yeah, Asian gangs are mostly in like California.
Yeah, which I'm assuming you would want them in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, of course.
The same way you would want them near Italian neighborhoods, if
like-
near mafia, if they're still running that up there in New York.
That's the thing.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say you wouldn't want it in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, they're gonna put it in disenfranchised communities of any race.
Yeah, so like
Either be one more over the
I'm
other.
looking at Stockton, Lodi, California.
Got it.
906 whites, 439 Hispanics.
Nice.
That's it. There's no blacks associated there. There's no Asians associated there. I was looking for some Asians, from being honest. Oh, I found them. San Jose, Sun Valley, Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
That's where the Asians are at.
All right. Jesus. Okay.
That's where they're at.
Where are they at? How many?
A whole lot, William.
I need a number, dog.
1,123. You want to know what whites are? 1,115. So there's more Asians than white people. And there's 622 Latinos, which is even less. California has a lot of Latinos. Now, the one that's surprising me is the blacks, because this is a very small number right here.
7.
14.
Oh, I was close. But yeah, man. So I wouldn't. Those people were saying that I would say
it's criticism, because the thing is, this entire company was working under very
white people,
quiet. Like they were super. They were. Okay, so let me read something that I think is super important. Where is it? Until now, the exact locations of sound-thinking sensors have been kept secret from both its police department clients and the public at large.
And how the hell do the police know?
Well, because
the company just puts them up?
The company would tell them, "Oh, we've heard sound over here, in this area." So that if they have multiple things, they'll be like, "Oh, they could."
So they give an alert to the police. They don't tell them where.
They don't. Yeah, the police do not know where the microphones are at. The police just know where they're getting done.
I have an issue with that.
Why?
I think the police know.
So I don't know why they kept it a secret, but I do know that what they were doing was just alerting the police. Oh, we heard shootings in this area,
and they pay for that service,
and that's what they pay for. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Which makes sense. Like, that's good. At least I like that. However, how do they pick these locations? I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think more so the criticism should be is, are you picking these locations out of
where's this?
What are your criteria to pick these locations?
Yeah,
where's the are these meeting safety threats? Are they meeting there's high shootings here? Because I thought that's how they were like the police said, oh, these are high shooting areas and stuff like that. If that's not the case, then yes, there could be prejudice and all the other stuff everyone wants to put on it. But if there isn't that, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
I guess it's more so that. You just took me on a fucking
I'm sorry
tangent on something that's nothing related to crypto or nothing.
It's not. But I was talking about it because like I saw something about like your fingers being swiped, and I was like, what other security updates are there? So then I saw this, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Data leak. But yeah, it's been a wild week. Bitcoin's pumping. Hackers are hacking. What else is going on with you?
Oh, this is actually a pretty interesting one.
Okay.
Crypto related.
Fair. I was hoping you kept my rhythm going.
Of what?
I said crypto's pumping, hackers are hacking.
I didn't catch. And then my fault.
That's fine.
I fumbled. So Twitch is now accepting Dogecoin payments. They're going to accept that as one form of payment method to pay like streamers and stuff.
Interesting.
Which I thought was just cool. Like, that's just progression, I guess.
Yeah, progression. People are onboarding their users onto crypto. We just posted today you posted it really. The GoDaddy partnership with ENS. And if you go to ENS's website, it already has that partnership up live and running. Which is cool stuff. Very cool stuff.
Yeah. What else you want to add?
I don't think I got anything else, if I'm being honest. If anything, I'll probably just start scrolling through the internet and see what pops up.
This guy. So I would like to add that currently, as we all know, Bitcoin's pumping.
Yes, we talked about that.
Like an astronomical rocket. But how a lot of altcoins, they're not all following that same trend and trajectory as of yet. They haven't had that same pump. So like the current crypto market cap is at 2 trillion, but total 3, which is everything, which excludes Bitcoin and ETH, is only at 574 billion. I'm sorry.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we still got a ways to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's so much potential for upside.
So meaning alts still need a pump.
Yeah, alts still
And
have.
when they pump,
The thing is, alts aren't gonna pump until crypto.
until Bitcoin goes sideways for a
Yeah.
while and dominance goes down.
Pretty much.
That's all I wanted to add. That alts haven't pumped. Once they pump, and they really pump, because as of right now they haven't, we're still far, far away from previous all-time high in just crypto market cap. I'm in total 3.
Mm-hmm. Crypto market cap.
Bitcoin.
Oh,
Not Bitcoin. Total 3 market cap.
Yeah, total 3. It's exciting.
We still have another 5 billion to go. 500 billion to go.
We're on the precipice, William. We're on the precipice.
And then after that, Jesus, we don't even know where we can go.
To infinity and beyond.
Yes.
Infinity. That's what happens when you have a fiat currency that could literally print infinite amount of cash.
Also, there's not much resistance on this uptrend in terms of total 3 market cap. Like it could literally pump pretty much to 626 billion with zero issues, just with dominance coming down.
I heard one like really off the walls price prediction for Bitcoin.
What?
1 billion in 10 years.
That's a wild one. Yeah, that's a wild one. I don't know about that. I wouldn't be upset. That would make me a very rich man.
Yeah, it's not.
That would make me
Very, very.
I might need to sell some at that price range.
Well, that price range, you could literally just give some off and be like, So like what? If
I can buy a very big
if you have
house.
10% of a billion, 10% of a Bitcoin, 10% of a billion is what? $100 million.
Yes,
Please.
that's a very rich man.
That's a very rich man.
And you didn't even sell all of it. You just need to sell it to cover some expenses real quick. I also not financial advice.
It is money.
You shouldn't buy the most expensive house in the cul-de-sac if you do own this, unless you own if you own a full Bitcoin, you can do whatever you want at that point.
If Bitcoin's at $1 billion and you own a full Bitcoin, you could absolutely do whatever the hell you want.
I just don't think it'll reach that price. That's an absurd, crazy number.
I mean, it depends if they choose to keep on printing.
Yes.
They're of course they're gonna keep on printing.
You're right.
William.
So
the question is when.
You're right.
That's the question.
I'll give you that. So I want to know from the fib levels, what's the next all-time high for the total 3?
After 80.
After it breaks to 1.1 trillion.
Okay. Oh, what is it?
1.6.
1.6. 1.6 trill.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what happens. I got nothing to add. Alex went on the rails on that one.
Like, subscribe, follow, share, comment.
Everything you like.
Do all the above. We
appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate it.
We need it.
It keeps us going.
It keeps us okay, yep. I think I'm about to say gets the people going.
It just gets us going. It does get the people going, though. Thank you guys for tuning in to another week.
It's been another week
of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted.
Crypto Podcast.
Yo.
Hey, yo.